I'm live. It says I'm live right in the middle of the screen in front of my face. I'm gonna wait a little bit before doing anything, opening anything. I'm gonna wait for some people to show up. It may take a while for them to do that, but here we are. You are live on your channel, California Dramming. There we go. All right. I should maybe have a dram to start this unboxing because that's kind of important to be drinking and enjoying a good drink while. Did I put this shirt on backwards? No, I didn't. Okay, just making sure because it has been known to happen that I have put shirts on backwards in the past. I'm gonna wait to see if anyone's commenting and then I can say hi to whoever is commenting. Apparently there's 2 viewers already and I will get a dram to start. Why not? Yeah. I guess I'll start with a rye. Brock G says hello. Hello, Brock G. Good to have you with us. And I'll pour a dram before I get into opening the package. Have a few more people drop in, hopefully. This is a Lot 40 rye, 43%, not too heavy. I'm going to start with this while I sit here and contemplate opening the box that's down there. Oh, there's Hert from Whiskey Lovers Society. Hello there. And we're down to 1 person watching. No, now we've got 2. Okay, we're good to go. Well, we're going to wait for a few more people to come on and join us and start asking questions. And maybe I should just start opening the box. And then people, if they missed the beginning of the opening, I am hoping that Donner Pass Whiskey joins us soon. I have not had a look to see if anyone's live right now, because if there's somebody that I know of that's live right now, then apparently nobody is live right now in the whiskey community or the part of the whiskey community that I am subscribed to. So there's a good chance that anyone who's on there is anyone would be looking for videos to watch, as in this one. And if they're looking, well, a lot of people might have a notification up that I've gone live. I don't know. How does that work? Yeah, well, I got the notation here that I'm live on my email as well as in my messages. So yeah, okay, back to, there we are. 3 people watching now. Great. 3 people watching. Maybe hopefully one of them is Donner Pass. I did mention to him that I would be going live today, but I did not say at what time. And I know I'm notorious for not announcing what time I'm going to go live. I'm not a TV. Oh, you just saw the notice now. That's good. Okay. Very good. Lot 40 rye. Bottled at a nice, accessible 43% alcohol by volume. Guaranteed to not get you wasted too fast. Yet it has a strong rye flavor, strong, spicy, and perfumey. Lovely. I think I'm going to get the box now. Here is the box. Now I've taken any addresses off of it so that, well, yeah, all addresses are gone from it. So Nobody's privacy is going to be invaded or anything like that. Oh, there's Chris S saying, "Good evening, Quig." Yes. Good evening. Good evening, Chris. Good to have you with us. We're down to one. What's going on? Interesting. One viewer. People have 2 viewers. This is weird. It's up and down. I'd like it to go up a little more before I actually open this box here. And yeah, 2 people watching. 3. Okay, 3. Vikram S. I think the count isn't accurate. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're very right. The count is not accurate. Okay. No, that count, it's doing some weird things. Well, that is so good. Well, let's proceed with the box and see if anyone else joins in and shows their face. And Rare Solomon, good luck, friend. Yes, good luck. Thank you. The viewers is just going up and down. Yeah, that's right. Strange. One thing about so few viewers is that it's easy to follow the comments and not get behind, because I'm notorious for getting behind on the comments. Sometimes I'm as much as half an hour to an hour behind the leading comments. And that gets to be a pain, because people then start tuning in and they wonder what the hell I'm talking about, because it has nothing to do with the comments that they see on the board or on the screen in front of them. Okay, let's go here. This box here was sent to me from California by none other than Donner Pass Whiskey. So I hope that he'll join us soon, because, oh, this is very neatly packaged. Very neatly packaged. There's a, okay, and there's, look at this. Look at this. This is professional grade. What a package. What a package. Beautiful. Beautiful presentation already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 4, 8, 12, 17 samples. What a nice job he did on this. When I send a package, it doesn't look anything so neatly put together as this. Such a beautiful job. I just take one great big roll of bubble wrap and roll the package, roll the whiskeys in it and into it, and yeah, whatever, you know. But this is a work of art, wouldn't you say? Yes. Okay. Now, let's see what we got. He's a good guy. Always have a kind word for all. Yes, very good. He's quite well known too. People watch. He watches a lot of channels. He goes live on a lot of channels, and he just watches the whiskey. I guess whiskey tube, whiskey tubers, whiskey community on YouTube. I wish I had the time to do as much of that as he does. If a video is more than half an hour long, I tend to not watch it. And if a video is live, I generally don't watch it unless it's real short. But lives in the whiskey community, live videos on the whiskey community have this way of going into hours and hours. And if it's a 2 or 3 hour video and it's broadcast while I'm sleeping, there's no way I'm going to watch it. Okay, well, we got apparently 6 people watching. That could be a good thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to start looking at what we got here. The first one is very well wrapped. It's got some masking tape holding the bubble wrap around the bottle. And this here is Glen Scotia 2019 Campbelltown Festival 14-year rum cask finish, 51.3. Wow, nice, very nice. Glen Scotia, good. Okay, that's the first. Canada Dry Hands is asking me, do you do infinity bottles? Do I do infinity bottles? Oh, what a question. I've got right now, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 13 infinity bottles going right now. I have a Canadian Infinity, which is an infinity of Canadian whiskeys. I've been dipping into it quite heavily lately to make room for more Canadian whiskeys that are going to go into it. Excuse me. Whiskey Lovers Society says, great start. Yeah, no kidding. Infinity bottles. I also have one that's mostly Canadian, but with a little bit of Isle of Peat in it. So it comes on pretty innocuous and subtle and gentle, and then it transitions to a peaty finish. And then I have a Shelter Point Infinity bottle. It's an infinity bottle of Shelter Point whiskeys. Shelter Point is a local distillery to me, and I'm good friends with them. I also have a World Whiskey Infinity bottle, which will contain things like Indian and Japanese and Austrian whiskeys and things like that. I also have a bourbon and American whiskey infinity bottle. So there's bourbon and rye mixed in there, and other American things like American single malt, typical thing like Stranahan's. From there on, we got, let's see, we got an Irish infinity bottle. So just about any Irish whiskey I ever try, some of it goes in there. There's always a dram goes in. When a dram comes out, a dram goes in. So I take a dram out, I put a dram in. Next from the Irish, we have a Speyside Infinity bottle. That one, a few people have liked that one a lot. And favorite world whiskey. Well, I'll get to that as soon as I finish with the infinities. There's a Highland Infinity, a Lowland Infinity. There's an Island Infinity, like from the islands. And then there's an Isla Infinity. I also have an infinity bottle of, last year, a friend of mine gave me 10 bottles that had been opened more than 10 years earlier, and they were at varying fill levels. And I made an infinity bottle out of them. I just poured them all together. And that one is sort of marrying together, and it's been going now for a few months, and that will be interesting to try probably around April or May, about 6 months after it was created. And then I have an infinity of infinities, which has 1 dram from each of my other infinity bottles added to it. Okay, so that's the infinities. I do make infinities. Yes, I do. Favorite world whiskey? Okay. Favorite world whiskey. There are many. But the ones that jump out to me at the top right now, one of them is Amrut Fusion. I like that. And I also like, that's right up there. That's right up there. I don't get that many world whiskeys. I get a few, you know. That one stands out the most. Um, Yamazaki 12 for Hert in Belgium. I haven't had Yamazaki 12. I haven't had any Yamazakis at all. I haven't even had any Yoichis. I've had one that I have now is a Miyagikyo single malt, but it doesn't have an age statement as far as I can tell. That world whiskey that was put together by that boutique whiskey company, I didn't like it. It was a blend of whiskeys from different parts of the world, and really, really, it didn't do it for me. Oh, it's Peter White. Cavalan Solist anything? That's interesting because I've tried a few Cavalans. I had a sherry Solist, and it was just too much sherry for me. It was just not a really good whiskey to me. Other Cavalans that I've had, one of them was the Concert Master, which was all right, but you know, for $150, the 40% alcohol by volume blended malt. Well, it's a nah. I wasn't really that into it. And the other problem with Cavalan, for me anyway, Cavalan is so damn expensive. So Peter White and Whiskey Lovers Society are saying hello to each other, which is a good thing. Cavalan Solist, gosh. I don't know. To me, Cavalan is just overhyped, overpriced. But you know, everyone's different. One thing that they do is they get very intense casks. Like Japanese is cheap. Yeah. I don't buy much Japanese. I think I have one Japanese whiskey on my bar that contains 100 whiskeys right now at the moment. So I'm not into the Japanese hype so much. I mean, I tried a few but I never got into the expensive ones naturally, and I never got into the ones that are the hot ticket, the ones that are what is this? Jay Fretless, what's he saying here? Food Quick, how do I email to you? We can solve the Y12 issue. Oh, okay. Email to me. I'll just put my email down. Let me put this aside for a moment. Oh, Yamazaki 12, eh? Yeah, okay. You can email me at this email address, foodquig@shaw.ca, and then I can get back to you and give you my address if that's what you want to send me to solve my Y12 issue. I'm surprised that Donner Pass isn't here. Maybe he's clearing up the snow or something. Because I think he would be here if. Yeah. And here, oh, that's what I put down. And here it's saying that he loves the Japanese stuff. Well, some of it's good, but I think it's overpriced. That's just me. And here we got one from Peter White saying, have a 2014 Sullivan's Cove American Oak single cask. Speaking of ridiculous prices, I can just imagine. I wouldn't know where to find that. That's from Australia or Tasmania, correct? No. My basic ethos when it comes to whiskey is good and cheap. Those are the two things that I'm looking for. And Jay Fretless says you'll email me. Okay, great. That's cool. I'll get back to that as soon as I see it. Okay. It is bloody expensive, but sometimes I treat myself. Oh, we're talking Japanese, right? It's all overpriced, says Ulakan. Yeah, it most certainly is. I just went to the store last night, and I bought 4 bottles of the Canadian whiskey, and these were all from the Yukon, two brewers whiskey. And I was just trying to find examples of true brewers that I had never had before. And they cost me, I think I spent over $500 on Canadian on 4 bottles of true brewers that I haven't had before. And Peter White is having a Glenalchie 12 right now, paid $56 in Alberta. So good for a great price. Yeah, that is a good price. That is a good price, definitely. Unless you were there personally, then there's shipping and handling, which can bring the price up quite a bit from purchasing in Alberta. Also got a Craigenmore and a Glenkinchie. Craigenmore 12 and Glenkinchie 12 last night. And that cost me $200. Yes, so it is all overpriced. Well, most of it anyway. 56 Canadian in Alberta. Well, what else have I got here? What else is in this box? Okay, let's see now. Wasn't this nicely put together? Wasn't this just beautifully put together? Okay. Let's see now. Oh, okay. There's an email notification from Jay Fretless. Beautiful. Brexit screwed me as well with customs and duties. Oh, yes. Now that they're not part of the European Union anymore. Or I don't know exactly how that works because they weren't using the euro for currency. But yeah, Brexit apparently is a big honking deal. I'm going to have a lot of these strips of bubble wrap when I'm finished with this. Okay, what did I just grab? This is old malt cask, Benrinus 23, 58.4% NCF, refill bourbon hogshead. Wow, that's going to be nice too. That's going to be very nice. I'm looking forward to that. And what is this one? Okay, Peter White saying add $10 per bottle when buying shipping 4 bottles. Yeah, that's about right, approximately. I tend to buy one or two at a time. Sometimes I buy four. Last time I bought four, it was like $700, but one of those was an expensive bottle. And not cutter peated, 46%. NCF, NC. Nice. That's going to be interesting too. Okay. And what's this one? Oh, let's catch up here. Yeah, what's this? Move to Romania. Beautiful women and cheap whiskey. Yeah. I'll think of doing that when I actually had a Romanian girlfriend once. Well, she was from Romania, but it was in Montreal. Wonder whatever happened to her. Long time ago. Glenn Cadam sent me 4 samples to review. I had to pay 37 euros for 120 mil import duties. Yo, yuck. That's no good. Glenn Cadam wouldn't send me any samples because I'm in Canada. Nobody in Canada receives samples. Glenlivet 12, illicit still. I've heard of this. It's at 48%. Okay, that might be interesting. Because most Glenlivets are at about 40, maybe one or two of them are at 43. And yeah, nothing really that special. Yeah, that's robbery, all right. And Richard Agnew here says, I've spent some time in Sibiu and Kalamazoo. Cool. Yeah. What else have we got here? Yes, I was not happy. The distillery contacted me last week to send me some new releases rum for review. So don't think that will happen. What is this? Deanston, 20. Deanston 20, 55.5%. Non-chill filtered, no color. Oh, okay. That's what the NCFNC stands for. Full maturation in all Oroso sherry. Deanston 20, 20-year-old. Wow. That's nice. That is so very nice. Okay. What is this? What is this? Filey Bay, Yorkshire, single malt, 46%. Non-chill filter, no color, 4 to 5 year, first fill, ex-bourbon. Huh. Cool. Foodquig, anything new coming out from Shelter Point soon? Right now, there are only 2 of their releases that I have not yet, that I have, but I have not made videos of them yet. Those 2 are the Ripple Rock Batch 2, and the other one is the Prohibition, which is basically 10-year-old single malt from Shelter Point, which has been finished in Ardbeg casks. And those are the only 2 I haven't done yet. I usually get an email. As soon as they have a release, I get an email from it and write at that time I buy it. I just have so many whiskeys right now backlogged from all the frenzied purchasing that I did last fall, and I did buy a lot of whiskey in fall. It was my busiest time at work ever, from the beginning of July to the end of the year, and that my busiest time in 29 years. And Ulahan says, this is still is a good version of the Glenlivet 12. Ludwig Borges says, Guten Tag. Guten Tag, wie geht's? Very nice. Yeah, so this Shelter Point, they make releases when they make releases. Usually, at least in the last couple of years, they've been doing more of their releases in the second half of the year than in the first half of the year. So we'll see. But I still have a couple of Shelter Point whiskeys that I have not made videos about yet. And my way of telling which ones I have done and which ones I have not done is that if it's open, I have done it. If it's still sealed, I have not. What does your name mean? Okay. Since I was a kid, my sister and I, brother and sister, playing around and doing things, she had a nickname for me, and she called me Quiggy. So I was the Quig. And I was just thinking of the Barber of Seville, I guess, when I started with this particular live stream. I was thinking of the Barber of Seville, so I just put Quigero. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a nickname. So, and because this channel used to be about food and dining and restaurants, but it sort of changed to whiskey about 6 or 7 years ago. I called it the Food Quig channel because it was about food. But I'm not about to change it now because my most popular video ever has over 2 million views, and every few months or every so often it goes viral and gets me more subscribers. And so I'm known as Food Quig, so there you go. I just put the little tag on there, Quigero. Oh, you're very welcome. That's Quig. Okay. Okay, we talked about illicit still. We talked about what my name means. What else have we got here? Old malt cask Glenkeith, 28-year-old, 56.9%, non-chill fill, third non-color, refill bourbon cask. Oh, what a treasure this is. This box is quite a treasure. What else have we got? You could say that I have had Redbreast, yes. I've had the 12, I've had the 12 cask strength, I've had the 15, and I've had the 21. Very nice. Nice whiskey. I like it. Yeah, last year I tried the 21 for the first time. Or was it the year before? Last year. Yeah, it was my Irish whiskey of the year. The ultimate something. What is the ultimate here? Let's see now. The ultimate Bunnahabhain Stalsha 5-year scraped recharred hogshead 60% heavily peated. The ultimate gonna happen. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna be going through these eventually. Each one will be a sample Sunday sample. So every Sunday, one of these will come up, or one of the ones that was sent to me by Malt Muser, of which I still have 5. And there are 16 of these, or is it 17? Something like that. What's this one? Chieftains, Lecheg 21, single sherry cask, 59.4%. Whoa. Non-chill filter, no color. Yeah, Donner Pass is really into non-chill filter and no color, the way it looks. Very much so. Well, we got 10 people watching. That's all right. For someone who doesn't usually go live, that's pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Nice to see you live. It happens on rare occasions. When somebody sends me samples, I'll go live. Johan Fabian Johansson. And that's a winner. I also follow Malt Muser on YouTube. He just did a blind rye tasting video again today. Oh my goodness. It's hard to follow all these live tastings. And here's Mr. Jervik saying hello. Hello, Mr. Jervik. So Malt Muser was on there again. Okay. I'll have to watch that unless it's longer than half an hour. Aaron 18, 46%. Very good. He's done a wonderful job of sending me stuff that I have not had. It's a good thing that our friend Donner Pass Whiskey in California has done here. What else have we got? Edredauer Natural Cask Strength Sherry 12-year-old single cask, 58.2%. Okay. I like the Edredauer, the regular Edredauer, but I've never had this. Nice. Okay, we got a few more to go here. Aaron 18 has sherry cask. Yes, it would. That's nice. It's like Christmas in February. Yes. Every time there's an unboxing, it's like Christmas. Now I have some whiskeys to send out to both Malt Muser and to Donner Pass Whiskey. My packaging won't be as nice a job as this, but this is an interesting question. Have you been to Iran? No, I have not been to the Middle East at all. I've not been anywhere down there. They don't make whiskey. Deanston 12. Deanston 12. Okay, I've had that before. That's a good solid whiskey. Nice start. That's 46.3%. That's all right. I've not been to Iran. Excellent sherry scotch. Yeah. Oh, Aaron. No, sorry. I have not been to Aaron. I have had quite a few of their whiskeys. When I went on a tour in 2019, that's almost 3 years ago now, I went on a tour that started in Edinburgh, and it went up towards the vicinity of Deanston. I have been to Deanston, and I've also been to Glengoyne. And then from there, the tour that I was on started in Edinburgh, and it went up into the bottom of the Highlands, and then came back down, and we ended up in I'm picturing the town, and I'm picturing the distillery, and I don't have any of their whiskey now. It's West Highland. It's don't you hate when that happens? 14-year-old. Their 14-year-old is famous. Oh, don't you hate when you have one of those? Maybe I'll drink some more whiskey and it'll come back to me. Oh, there's Louise saying howdy all. And and you've not been to Arran or Iran either. Well, okay. Got close though, went past it. Okay, let me just see for a second something. Okay, now I know. Let's look at my old videos to see what it's called. Oban. Went to Oban in that tour, and I just had to remember Little Bay, and there it was. Yeah. Okay, Oban. I've been to Oban, and then from Oban we went to where there's a ferry, and the ferry took us to Isla, where we went to Beaumont. We went to Kilchoman. We went to Bunnahabhain. We went to there was another one, Kilchoman, Bunnahabhain. And we went past Ardnahoe, but they weren't open. They were just starting up. And then we went down to Ardbeg. Actually, we didn't go into Ardbeg, but we went to the grounds of Ardbeg. Their visitor center wasn't open. This was the first tour of the year of 2019. But we did get to Lafroig, and we also got to Lagavulin. So, and Ulican has been to Arran and Iran. There you go. Lucky you. Cheers, Food Quig and Whiskey Friends. Now you see I'm getting behind now. When I was at Deanston, the song playing was odd. It went with yellow eyes, my green face, my pink and white afro. I'm no toy kid. Your style is made by Hasbro. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It is Oban. Shit. Yeah. It is Oban. Let's see. Is Lafroig good whiskey, and which one should I buy? Well, that depends on you. Have you had peated whiskey before? Which peated whiskeys have you had? You might like it, you might not. People who can't stand peat should not touch Lafroig. Lafroig is probably the most intensely peated whiskey on the planet. Start with Lafroig Select, maybe. It's the least powerful. The least powerful Lafroig. I love Lafroig, but I must admit that I am a peathead. So Me, I love peated whiskey. And let's see now. Get the Saneg. Saneg is not made by Lefroy. Saneg is made by Kilchoman. But getting the Saneg is not a bad idea. Okay. What else have we got here? There's Louise saying to Peter White, found some lock stock 16-year an hour from where I live, worth picking up. What's most you would pay? Oh, I don't know. I haven't had that. Mr. Jerbick likes Lefroy Select a lot. It made my skin look orange and green in the limousine. Well, yes. Oban does mean Little Bay, and I was thinking Little Bay. So I checked my videos and I typed in Little Bay and it brought me Oban. So there you go. And I know that Oban means Little Bay, but for some reason, you know, I had a senior moment or something, and I forgot that it was Little Bay. And we were saying Lefroy Select. Actually, Select is maybe my least favorite Lefroy. The classic one is the 10-year-old. And then there's others. If you can ever find some Brodier, that's fantastic. Lefroy. Yeah, they have an annual Cartridge release, which is also really good, and it's always at cast strength. I have a couple of Lefroy's that I haven't tried yet, but they're sitting there in my peated section, waiting to be opened. Okay, where are we? More comments. Never had the Lock, Stock, and Barrel 16, but the Hochtaters 16 is from the same bottler, and I had no problem with $200. Whoa. Like the peat smash in my mouth, but I have only had Talisker and Highland Park. Okay, if you've had Talisker and Highland Park, dial those up to about 28 out of 10, and then you'll have Lefroy. Much more peat in Lefroy than in Talisker and Highland Park. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Trust your Canadian rye knowledge at Peter White. Oh, wait a minute. Stock and barrel. Oh, okay, that's different. Wait, lock, stock and barrel and stock and barrel. Are they the same? I'm not even sure. Look on. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, what's this here? Hello from Duluth, Mr. French. Hello. Never. I think I've been through Duluth once or twice. Now that you mention it. Harstadter's 16 is 123 proof, and LS&B is closer to 107. Okay, LS&B. I've had Stock and Barrel, but Lock, Stock and Barrel, I don't know if that's a different whiskey. Somebody tell me. Don't know. Okay, what else have we got here in our package? Oh, there's Paul M. saying good evening to everyone. And what is this? Signatory Vintage, Bunnahabhain, 11-year first fill sherry. Oh, that should be interesting. Non-chill filter, no. 67.3%. Holy cripe. He's trying to rot my guts out. That's what he's trying to do. Okay, they are the same. Both sourcing from Alberta, I believe. That's what Louis says. And here we got Peter White saying, Quig, Stock and Barrel Rye is swill from Ontario. Oh, and lock, stock, and barrel at 16 is Alberta Premium Rye. Well, there you go. Well, you got to also consider that even though it is swill from Ontario, the price is right. It's not that expensive. I've had them. Could be worse. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've been corrected. They are not the same. And here we got cheers to Paul M. Yeah. What's this one? This one is Val Blair 06 single cask. Okay, so from 2006, 13-year, 56.2% first fill sherry, non-chill filter, no color. He hasn't had any that are not non-chill filter and no color. Wow. Me, I buy stuff that's chill filtered and colored and doesn't matter to me all that much. So looks like our friend Donner Pass is quite the purist. I don't know if the stuff I'll send him is anywhere near as good, but there's a lot of shelter point in the first package I'm going to send him. Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength, 2021 release, 55.1%. Wow, we're going to have some sample Sundays, I tell you. Greetings, Quiggy, says Cohen. Those are serious samples. Yes, my friend, they are. Very serious samples. They are the kind of thing that I will probably not get my little hands on because they're just not available in my area. And if I was to try and buy them online from Alberta, I look at the prices of some of these. These are not cheap. These are not cheap whiskeys at all. Huh. And here we got Pete Stain. How much do you like chill filter style whiskey? It all depends. Some of it's done well and some of it's not. You got to take each whiskey on an individual level. All that high ABV. A TKO from Tokyo. Yeah. I usually drink enough water that I don't get hangovers. And I had a sample that was 61% or 60 something percent this morning for my sample Sunday that will be going up a week from tomorrow. And it was a milk and honey 3-year-old. And it put me to sleep. Yeah, I slept very well. Glenn Farkless Family Cask 2004 to 2015. 60.4% NCF, no color. First fill, Oloroso Bat. My goodness. Yeah, these are serious samples. Oh my gosh. What have we got here? It's a great one, says Luis. Okay. Ulakan is saying the right sort of samples. Oh, very, very well. Very well said, yes. Quig, who sent you all these samples? Donner Pass whiskey. Who unfortunately is not with us today in the live. I thought that he would be here. Maybe he's expecting me to go on later tonight. I don't know. But this video will stay up. I'm not going to take it down or anything. This one is a Anok 24-year-old, 46%. Yeah, these are serious whiskeys. Whole bunch of them. See it. Tootsie Whiskey is in Sydney, BC, cast strength 2. Really? They're making whiskey now? Is this at the Empress, where they make the Empress whiskey, or Victoria Gin? Is it from that distillery? I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. But the guy who started the Victoria Gin used to make a whiskey called Craig Derrick whiskey. It was only 100 bottles, and it was amazing. Donner Pass, yeah. Yeah. Sydney, BC, cast strength 2. It is down on Mort Street. Oh, that's who you are. There ain't no Mort Street. Okay. The fantasy world of Pete Staines. Just pick up Anok 24 and a signatory CS Liquid 11 year in charred red wine cask picked from K&L for $89.99. A very different liquid, and that's why I bought it. Not the huffed out bourbon casks. Okay. Yeah. It was an Anok. I may pass gas, but not whiskey. Okay. Ape of Naples is a brand I see a lot. Never heard of that. Save the time. Salute. Okay. He's dropping the Smurfs off at pool. Okay. Moving along to Glenlivet Caribbean. Okay. When you say liquid is underrated, number one, to begin with, I don't rate whiskey. I enjoy it, but I don't rate it. But I guess there are people who underrate it, I suppose. Liquid, the thing is, liquid is mostly used in blends, and there's no official bottling of liquid that I know of, except that Gordon and MacPhail might bottle some liquid, and a few other independents would bottle some liquid. Caribbean should be rum only. Well, that's an interesting premise, because my next whiskey I think I'll have will be finished in Caribbean casks. Yeah, I have a bit of this left. Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask. And this is bottled at a sane 43% alcohol by volume. And Cohen got Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C921 yesterday for $66.99. Oh, see, that's what I'm envious of. I can't get ECBP here to save my life. Can't get it. Nobody carries it. Maybe on rare occasions they will have it at the Premium Spirits release, but I didn't see it at the store where I went. Alexander Murray does Finkwood. Too much Linkwood in old huffed out casks from indie bottlers. There you go. I'm on a 12-year-old Glenbergie from Cadenheads. My third bottle of the same, and it's just as good as the bottle before. Fantastic. I had a Glenbergie. Which one was it? I think it was an official bottling. Glenbergie that I had was a 15-year-old Ballantines Glenbergie, 15-year-old. And that was nice. That's the one that I had. I can't get Cadenheads here. They don't ship to Canada or they don't ship to British Columbia. I haven't seen Cadenheads in, I haven't looked that extensively. My purchasing from Alberta is usually, they'll send me sort of like an electronic flyer in my email, and they'll show me pictures of whiskey, and if there's one that I want, one that I like, I'll get it. But I don't go through all the catalogs. Yes, Mr. Jervik, I have seen it too. Okay. Craig, have you gone back to Dalmore Portwood, and if so, has it gotten better? Yeah, it was better. I did have it again. I bought it for the same reason I bought the first one, and that's because it was cheap. But yes, I did buy it. It wasn't great, but it was better than the first bottle. So the first bottle I got was probably just a bad bottle. That's what I think happened. And what's here? When you visited Scotland, did you go to the Oban or Kalila or Jura places? Oban. I went to Oban. I did not get to Kalila or Jura, but I did see other distilleries in on Isla. We just didn't. The tour that I was on just didn't go to Kalila, and nobody went to Jura. Got a Wild Turkey Rare Breed for 35 and a Knob Creek 100 Proof Rye for 17 from some off of Craigslist yesterday. I guess somebody must have received them as gifts and is not a whiskey drinker. The Wild Turkey that I like is the 101. And Knob Creek, I think I have a Knob Creek Rye too. I think I have one. Oh, yes. Knob Creek, twice barreled rye. There's not much left. This is one that I usually use at the end of my night. It's 50% alcohol by volume and intense tasting. This one was a British Columbia barrel pick, limited release. Maybe I'll drink that later tonight. We'll see. Game of Thrones, I've never... And you're talking about Oban, perhaps? Never had a Game of Thrones. Never got into it. When will it come to British Columbia? When will what come to British Columbia? Which one? Dalmore Portwood? I don't know what you're talking about here, Ludwig. Says, when will it come to British Columbia? I don't know. I don't know what it is that is coming to British Columbia. See, I'm only a few comments behind, and I don't know what's going on. And Ulichan tells me I need to move to Scotland. Someone else told me I need to move to Romania. I'm confused. You know what? Maybe after I retire, I will move to Scotland. I'll think about it. I might end up doing that if I can live more cheaply than I do in Canada. Ludwig loves Dalmore. Well, everyone has their own preference. No preference is right and no preference is wrong. It's just a personal opinion. It's your personal taste. It can't be wrong. But no one's is wronger than anyone else's, and no one's is righter than anyone else's. So you're entitled to love Dalmore if you like it. It's tasty. Yes, it is tasty. But, you know, the purists who are into integrity bottling, they don't take so kindly to the coloring and the chill filtering and the low ABV. And the other thing about Dalmore is the price. It's not cheap. You know what? That's an opinion, Pete. Rare breed to you may be better than 101. I prefer 101 to rare breed. So what? It's a personal preference. Not everyone's personal preference is going to be the same. Hey, I'm not a big fan of the Allardyce. I'm not. The 18-year-old Glendronach, that's what it is. The 18-year-old Glendronach, I'm not a fan. No. Yeah, just a few years ago, everyone was singing the praises of it. I wasn't all that impressed. I preferred the 15 to the 18. Van Romach light peated triple distilled 100 proof bourbon cask from Mission is on closeout for $32.99. Absolute steal, and I bought a few yesterday. From Mission. Where is Mission? We're not talking Mission, BC, are we? And here's Ren saying, hi, Quig and Whiskey Folk. Hello. You never had a Game of Thrones? Wow, I thought all whiskey people had already. I may have had the Oban version when I was visiting the distillery at Oban, but I haven't had all the others. I found the official bottlings of all the Diageo brands or all the Diageo distilleries to be just fine. I didn't have to try these companion versions from Game of Thrones. It was just a ploy to sell more whiskey, and I wasn't buying into it. What do we got here? Got Game of Thrones 9-year Lagavulin on closeout for 25 a bottle and bought a bunch of them. Well, yeah, for that kind of price, why not? It's a good deal. Yeah, what's here? Ulican, are you related to? Okay, now I don't understand at all. There's no wrong. You're entitled to your opinions there, Sergey, but whatever. I don't rate. I don't rate. Sorry. Crazy good price. Where are you located? Says Ren. Okay. Oh, you're in SoCal. Yeah. Okay. Well, down there you get prices like that. Not here. It was okay, but it wasn't great to me. But there were guys singing their praises of Allardyce, and I'm going, I don't see it. But then I don't see the allure of Cavalan either. Cavalan Solist, to me, yeah. What's up, Red Label Crew? That's a new name, Baron Guitar. Never heard of you before. Red Label Crew. I like that. I like to drink my Ben Romach with a tall can. Ben Romach B with a tall can? I don't know what you mean. I have some Ben Romachs, yes, but not that many. I have a couple right now. You like Game of Thrones too? Okay, I never even seen the show, so I don't know. I don't own a television set. It's all a ploy, of course. There you go. It's marketing. I like them both, but Rare Breed more. I need to try the new 101. Oh, there's a new 101? I don't know. I usually have some 101, but I don't have any right now. And here we got Colin Stacy. The new 101 is just a packaging change. There's no change to the whiskey. Well, that's good to know. Another new name, Colin Stacy. Cool. We got new people here all the time, and some old people back. Mission is in the Valley in Los Angeles. They have 5 stores in the Valley. Okay. Good to know. Maybe if I'm ever down there, maybe if they ever allow me to travel, I might check it out. But if I'm traveling, I don't usually go just looking for liquor stores. But, And Ren is saying, hey, at Foodquig, there are a few decent deals on craft cellars lately, huh? Have you taken advantage? I've taken some advantage, yeah. I bought Glenfarclas 15 for under $100, including shipping and taxes. In BC, the asking price was $100 2 or 3 years ago. The asking price without taxes and without anything else. So yeah, I think it was listing at $62, something like that. Yeah, when I see a deal like that, when I see a really good deal, I'll jump on it. But I see some others that are, if it's over $100. Okay, I did buy a couple things from craft sellers that were a little more expensive, but some of them, well, one of them was actually a store pick. I just did the video of it last night. It will come up in the next week. It was a Mortlach. I think it was an 11-year-old Mortlach. There were only 235 bottles of it, and it was luxurious, fantastic Mortlach. So yeah, I've taken advantage of some deals if I see some really decent deals like that. Glenfarclas 15 for $62. Unheard of, at least in BC. And I actually received that one in the last week. The only thing is right now, when you're buying in BC from Alberta, is that the mail is slow. The mail is very slow. It took me a month to receive a bottle of Glengarry 18 that I purchased a month ago, and I just received it last night or yesterday. It took a month to get here from the day I placed the order. So yeah, no, that one was not a special deal. That was just a hard to find bottle that I just had to have. So it was not cheap. But yeah, I could get some good deals from there back in craft sellers in Alberta. Colin Stacy, I have heard from a bunch of people that the new 101 is a little sweeter. I have compared the look, and the new 101 is darker in color. I need to try it. Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't tried them. So the only one I could get was the old one, I think. And if there's a new, I'll see. I'll try it if I find it. I'm not in a hurry to get any Wild Turkey 101 right now because I've got a lot of bourbon. I've got enough bourbon right now. Food Quick, I know I shouldn't push buying more whiskey. I was going to ask about that exact bottle. Yeah, no, that one was such a good deal that I had to jump on it. I couldn't help it. Yeah, that's one of those deals that just stands out. It cost me less to buy it and have it shipped here than it would cost in the store, just the asking price without taxes locally. So yeah. All right. Got Aaron 10 last week for $46.99 at Total Swine. See, that's the thing. You guys down there, you got such a good, well, $46.99. That would be about 60 Canadian. I got Aaron 10 as well. I bought it in Alberta. Let me see. Let me find it first. I will go to craft sellers. I have craft sellers on, I'm always looking at craft sellers because they keep sending me, and I always like to check on my previous purchases from them. Let's see, past orders, and on past orders, okay, I'm gonna log in. And where was the Aaron? Here it is, I think. Okay. Okay, Aaron 10-year-old, $65.99 Canadian. But there's also shipping. And I bought a couple other bottles with it. So to split the shipping, make it cheaper. And yeah, there we go. Love Indy Mortlock in general. That is in sherry casks. Yes, yes. And I tasted it last night. It was beautiful. Colin Stacy is here saying, "Really? I drink it all the time, and I detect no difference at all. When you compare the color, make sure to use 2 identical glasses." There you go. Peter White saying, "Craft Cellars is terrible for shipping. AABC is very good. Sierra is slow, but prices are very good." Yeah, I bought from Sierra just a couple of weeks ago, and the price was very good. There was a Lefroy 10. It was a liter bottle, and it was not expensive. It was like $60 or $70, something like that. I look at AABC. This was the only bad, slow experience from craft cellars that I've had. Most of the time, they're pretty quick. But now, with a few people not driving trucks and stuff, there's a shortage of truck drivers apparently in Western Canada, and so it takes longer to get stuff to you. AABC, I look at the stuff that they're advertising, and it's all expensive. It's all expensive high-end stuff, and I don't usually go for the high-end stuff. And what do we got here? In Ontario, 101 is my go-to because we have such a bad selection of bourbon and scotch. The WT 101 is like the chest at the end of a rainbow, laughing out loud. Yes, okay, I understand. And that's it. It's good, and it's not expensive. Foodquig, are you doing your taxes? Not yet. I did my taxes last year. I think it was March or April, and I haven't received word yet from them. They haven't sent me a notice of assessment of how much I owe them, because invariably I do make mistakes, and they always correct me and they send me a notice of assessment. But this year I have not received the notice of assessment from my 2021 taxes. I will do my 2022 taxes when they send me the forms. They sent me the forms for 2021. When they send me the forms for 2022, I will do my 2022 taxes. There you go. Check Sierra Springs prices better than CC and tax in price on their site. Yeah, one day I'll go through their great big catalog. Oh, the tax is included in the price. Oh, that might be something different. Wild Turkey 101 is 41 there. Okay, and that's in Ontario. Okay. Bought Aaron 10 because I had to see what all the hype was about. I've not opened it yet. I don't expect it to be Ben Nevis 10. Okay, well, Cohen, I also have a bottle of Aaron 10 that I haven't opened yet. So we're even on that score, but I've never had a Ben Nevis. Never had a Ben Nevis ever. So I don't know what I'm missing, I suppose. Never seen Ben Nevis here in British Columbia. Maybe someday. When will you go live again with Malt Muser? I don't know. We haven't really decided anything. Maybe next time I send him some samples, or he receives some samples, or maybe next time I receive some samples from him. We'll see. I still have a few left. I compared bottles of 101, not glasses, and held it to the sunlight in the neck where you get a true perception. Huh. Could be batch variation. Do you like to have bourbons or a scotch when working? I don't drink at all when I'm at work. I drive for a living. I don't have bourbon or scotch when I'm working. You sound upset about your taxes. I'm upset with the government for not sending me a notice of assessment yet. And then when they finally do, and I finally pay them, they're going to give me shit for paying them late. That's all. Foodquig, South Park mentioned you. You are like a celebrity now. South Park mentioned me? You mean the TV show? Oh, that's funny. That really is funny. South Park. I don't even watch TV. Cohen. Aaron 10 is okay. Ralphie drove the hype. Okay. Ben Nevis 10 kills it. Okay. I haven't had either yet, but I do have some Aaron 10, and I'm going to try it. What would you rate Aaron 10? I don't rate whiskey, and I haven't tried Aaron 10 yet, so I can't really. I couldn't rate it if I haven't tried it yet. There you go. We've watched your YouTube videos forever. Love your reviews. Thank you, Colin. Thank you very much. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Cohen says at Peter White, when with Ben Nevis, White, okay, Ben Nevis kills everything except maybe Springbank made stuff. Now, see, there's another thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Springbank either. I know, I'm just maybe contrary. Oh, I see it, Fruit Quick. You have glassfuls of whiskey at the plant, so that is why I asked. At the plant. What plant? I don't know. Ben Nevis resides in Alberta. Only recently got the first edition of Ben Nevis 23-year and Carnmore 6-year 2015 peated BN. Okay. Alberta only. Yeah. Yeah. And Cohen bought the Aaron 10 because of the price. I must admit that I bought it because I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. But I'm not in a hurry. I'll see it eventually. At Baron Guitar, really, which episode? Anyone tried Canadian Club 100% rye? Yeah, I've tried it. But you know what? I prefer Alberta Premium. I just prefer it. The latest post-COVID episode, they mentioned they seen a video on YouTube about a guy that broke up with his girlfriend while reviewing scotch. Please tell us about that day. Oh, that's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. That crazy video. That crazy video. Oh my God. What next? Benromic 10 is probably better than Aaron 10. And it's not that Aaron 10 is bad. Benromic is super solid old school style malt. Okay. What is the worst part of Canada for whiskey? The worst place in Canada? I don't know. Or the worst part? Well, if you mean what I don't like about Canada for whiskey is that you can ship whiskey anywhere within the country, but shipping outside of the country or accepting bottles from, like if I wanted to buy whiskey from the UK directly, I couldn't do it. They don't ship here because customs will seize it and so on. I cannot be the first to mention this event. Maybe, I don't know. First time I heard of it. Yep, Aaron 10 is a value buy. Glenkinchie 12 is an extreme value buy at 56 to 64 Canadian. I haven't had Glenallachie 12 in a while. Greg, don't know if you're a cocktail man. If so, you have to try Jameson orange and cream soda, no BS X. I'm not really a cocktail guy. No, sorry. Wow. South Park. You should start selling the shirts at Food Quig. Aaron 10 is usually 60 around here. And I was in no hurry to buy it until I saw it for $46.99. The hype had me curious. Okay, yeah, it got me too. And the price was right. Yes, Canadian Club 100% Rye is from Alberta Distillery. I'm aware of that. But it's not exactly the same as Alberta Premium. From what I understand, it was aged in barrels longer than Alberta Premium. But I prefer the Alberta Premium to the what was it called? Chairman Select Canadian Club 100% Rye. I mean, it's good, but I just prefer the Alberta Premium. I can get Ben Roma cast strength for 57 here. Ooh, nice. Is Victoria the place where there was a horse in a hospital? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There are places up north where any booze is super restricted, and there are bootleggers who sell bottles for crazy prices. Okay. There you go. Looks like I've caught up with the comments, with the chat. Got 15 people watching. We've gone an hour and 33 minutes. And I'm getting a little weary. I'm getting to the point where I want to watch some videos instead of making one. And I'll go for a couple more comments here. Too bad Donna Pass didn't join us. I would have wanted him to be here for this. But I saw Alberta Premium Cast Strength Batch 3 for 73 here, and I still passed. Not a huge rye fan. I made a video about that particular rye recently, and I had a dram of it, and it was okay, but I haven't decided how much I like it yet. It's just very hot. It's very strong. And so I don't know. I made the video anyway. I have opened it. The CC 100% rye bottlings no longer say Chairman Select. I know they used to, yeah. I think they used to be better, and they shouldn't have fired the chairman. I know they used to say Chairman Select, and I had a bottle of, well, they keep putting little sample bottles just like this. There's one of them, little sample bottles, and they hook them onto a bottle like that. Okay, it's stuck to, this bottle will be stuck to there with a plastic thing. And I have had the newer one, and I still prefer Alberta Premium with the Alberta Premium label. Scotch Down Under came on later tonight with his Mankini episode. Comes on in 2 hours, should be good. Oh, never heard of him. Chairman who, Mao? No, the chairman who selected the Canadian Club 100% rye. Oh gosh, what a bunch of questions. Peter White's a rye head. Have not bothered with Alberta Cast Strength Batch 3. Too many other ryes out there. I don't think you're missing all that much, Peter. It's okay, but it is not. It doesn't wow me. It's just a rye with a high ABV. Yeah. Best Scotch ever. What is it? I don't know. I probably haven't tried it. I've had some good ones, but I can't tell you which one it is. The best Scotch. Don't know. Maybe there is none in existence anymore of the best Scotch there ever was. I don't know. Yes, at Mr. Jervik, I am a communist, as is Quig. I am not political at all. I'm not a communist. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a, what do you call those guys? Conservative. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not anything. I am not political. I am about as unpolitical or apolitical as anyone can be. I do not do politics. Best daily sipper? Anything cheap that tastes good. Alberta Premium? Sure, why not? I do have some almost every day. The Draminator. Quig, have you tried the Canadian Club 29 year? The 40 year is light years out of reach for my money clip. Canadian Club 29 year. Is there such a thing? I haven't heard of it. I saw some 23 year in the store, yes, last night. I almost grabbed a bottle, but I wanted to stock up on bottles of two brewers that I haven't tried before. So that's what I did. There's a 20-year-old Canadian Club, which is really good. And 40 year, you'd be lucky to find any 40 year, because they didn't make that much of it. But you can find 41, 42, 43, and 44-year-old Canadian Club. Yes, you can. I saw it in the store last night. The Canadian Club 29 year, I didn't know there was such a thing. Cohen at Peter White, they rebranded last year and getting rid of all the old label stuff, and some of it has been closeout prices like triple distilled light peat stuff. Okay. And we're talking about I'm not sure. Okay. Peter White has a couple of Shelter Point single cask rye. "11-year double barreled from AP, beyond good." Yes. That Shelter Point single cask rye disappeared real fast because of how good it is. Yes. You're right. I like that one. But wait a minute. Did I? Shelter Point single cask. Let me check that. Is that the one I didn't get? Wait a second. Wait a second here. Barreled from, yeah, double barreled from AP. Yeah, Alberta Premium. That's the one that was made in at Alberta Premium, and then it was aged at Shelter Point. I don't know if it was 11 years old though, but I had a bottle and it disappeared like that. It just was gone. It was so good. I was always reaching for it, and it just gone. Fabulous whiskey that one was. Yeah, that one was good. Foodquake says in a video that Redbreast 21 years old was the best whiskey of all time. Not of all time. Best whiskey of the year. Was my best Irish whiskey of 2021. Yeah. Quiggy is my leader now. Picked batch 3 last week. I too not sure about it yet. Have not had batch 1, but love batch 2. Have drank about 5 bottles and have 7 backups. Wow. See, I had batch 1. I had 2 bottles of batch 1. I never had any batch 2 because it was the same. I thought it was the same as batch 1. And now I had the batch 3, and I'm not sure about it yet. Yeah, see, we're on the same page there, Chris. Bravo. King Quiggy to rule the world. Oh, goodness. You don't strike me as a club-going type of food, Quig. Stick to whiskey, not dancing. Yeah, that's reasonable. What bottles of Two Brewers did you get? Let's see. I got the 28 at the 28 release 28 at the BC Liquor Store Premium Spirit release back in November. But last night I picked up all the ones that they had that I haven't had before. This is the release number 5 and release number 11. And here, release 21 and release 25. So that'll be interesting. And those were the only ones at the Tudor House liquor store that I haven't had before. My other ones are somewhere on my videos. Pull out the Cannon Boy, steal us some wine puff Tijuana, and we'll shake hands with beef. I don't understand what you're saying here. Do you work for Bacardi? I don't work for anyone but myself. There are 3 of the Shelter Point Rise: 9-year, 11-year, DB, and 12-year. Have them all. You sure, Peter? Because Shelter Point doesn't have anything older than 10 years old that I know of. I don't know about this. I thought their oldest whiskey was 10 years old. And that was only released in the last 6 months. I'm not sure about that, Peter. Not sure. 11-year double barrel? Didn't know they had a double barrel rye. Weird. Tri-barrel seagrasses at Food Quig. It will smash your Canadian Club into the dirt. I've had it already. I had a sample. In Red Breast video, you said you could die happy because you had it. I know that. But that was, at that time, it was almost a year ago. I've had other whiskeys since then. I can't say that it's the best whiskey of all time, because the best whiskey of all time I probably haven't tried yet. Colin Stacy loved the Dark Horse. I didn't like it. I preferred the regular Alberta Premium to the Dark Horse, myself personally. But everyone's different. You can't be wrong. Cohen says at Pete Staines, no, but I would work for Hampton Estate or Foursquare rum companies because they make good rum. I'll concur with you on the Hampton Estate. That I had a sample of that. It was amazing. Three Brewers High Gravity Brew is great in a tall can. Oh, I've never had any of their Three Brewers. Never heard of Three Brewers. I know about Two Brewers. I don't know if they have cans. I just know about their whiskey. And Peter White at Cullen Stacy agreed. Pissed off when it went away with no warning. Huh. And he's talking about the Dark Horse. Foodquig, how is Central City beer from Vancouver? They make good whiskey. I don't know. I don't really drink beer because I quit drinking beer a long time ago. I'm diabetic, so all the carbohydrates and sugars and that disagree with me. Central City whiskey, on the other hand, is that Lowen and McKinnon? I think it is. Lowen and McKinnon makes good whiskey. Very good whiskey. But I don't know about their beer because I don't drink beer. Sorry. Colin Stacy says to Peter White, yes, I would have stocked up. Okay. Okay, I don't understand that. Shelter Point does not have a 21. They do not. They only started distilling 10 and a half years ago. I know that as a fact. Quig, they all come from Kensington Wine Market and they are AP. Yeah, they may be AP, but they're not Shelter Point. If they're Alberta Premium, yes, they're Alberta Premium, but they're not Shelter Point. There's only one rye that I'm aware of from Alberta Premium that was aged at Shelter Point, and it was not 10 years old. And I don't know about the Kensington Wine Market. I'd have to check them out. But Alberta Premium, oh yeah, Alberta Premium's been around a long time, but there's no Shelter Point older than 10 years that I'm aware of. Quig Rye AP Shelter Point. What? There was only one release that I know of. I would love to try Lore. Yeah, it's available. You can get Lefroy Glorg. You can get Lefroy Glor. I don't rate Ludwig. I'm sorry. Redbreast 21 is very good, but I don't rate. I don't put numbers on a qualitative experience. Love is good at Peter Staines. I think Peter White is saying that Shelter Point is sourcing their rye. Shelter Point has sourced some rye, yes. Yes. And the one rye that I'm aware of was an Alberta Premium rye that was aged at Shelter Point. And that's the only one that I know of. Lore is highly recommended. Yes, I agree there. Ben, Demon Hunter, good to have you with us. And there are also Milwaukee. Remember, Quiggy has an ever-evolving entity that can't be categorized. Yes, it's Ben Demon Hunter. Do I frequent Sydney? Not just to go there, no. I take people there in my taxi sometimes, but I don't go to Sydney to visit Sydney, if that makes any sense. Yep, Low and McKinnon whiskey, very good stuff. I highly recommend their chocolate malt, which is finished in Sauterne cask. Beautiful stuff. Really beautiful whiskey. Ren, Shelter Point did not age the rye for the entire maturation. That's what you're talking about. That it started to mature at Alberta Premium, and then the rest of the maturation was done at Shelter Point. Really? And these are from that Kensington market, right? I'll have to check them out sometime. I've heard things about them. Leon Webb has a 21 batch. I don't think so. If he did, I would know about it. Okay, now I understand you, Peter. Now I understand you. I'm sorry. No. Not all Shelter Point is AP. Not all Shelter Point is Alberta Premium. Only some of the rye. Okay, but these are only available from the Kensington Wine Market, right? Because I get my Shelter Point directly from Shelter Point. So I'm going to have to look up Kensington Wine Market. Do they ship to BC? I guess they do. Okay, excuse me. I have a few of the something. Shelter Point sounds like a fraud opera. You don't know what you're talking about. Quig, the 12-year rye is still available at Kensington Wine Market for 120 Canadian. Really? And I'm guessing the others are not? I have a few of the Lone McKinnon chocolate malt. I got it here for 45. It costs more in Canada. Mission is the only place that has it here in US that I have seen. Okay. I was getting it from the Tudor House in Victoria. I think they still have some. And it's not that expensive. It's about, what, $55? And that would be Canadian dollars, so it's about the same price. AP is in Calgary. Yes, that's true. Alberta Premium is in Calgary. Should I go for one more dram? I see Seagram 7 often in stores here from Canada. Funny, I don't see it here in Canada at all. I'm going to have another dram. Got to get me some water. Okay. Quig, you need a moderator. Yeah, I had a few moderators, but they just don't happen to be on right now. So let's see. What shall I drink next? Should I have the Knob Creek Rye? Somebody mentioned that earlier. Is it 50%? That's a little high. I'd rather go 46 right now. Yeah. I've got about 3 or 4 moderators, but they just don't happen to be on today. Here's a good one. I got a Scallywag, but it's a BC Liquor Store 100th anniversary sherry cask. Matured Scallywag. Modeled at 46%. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That's going to be my last one. Okay, where we are. I never want to see Seagram 7. Seeing the size of that wall with you next to it surely put the size in perspective. And it's a little taller too. Yeah, that's it to the ceiling right there. There you go. Peter White says to Ben Demon Hunter, having a Balvenie Ton 1509 batch 5, my buddy gave me hell because I got him a blue spot. I had a sample of that Balvenie Ton 1509 and didn't think much of it. This is good. Oh, I'm going to put a little more in my glass. This just pops. This is a very beautiful blended malt. Okay. Drink Lefroy? I'm not ready yet. It's still early. I might be drinking some Lefroy later on tonight. Knob Creek? Nah, it's 50%. It's a little bit too strong. Drink the Knob Creek rye. Too late. Ben Demon Hunter says that he only hears great things about Blue Spot at Peter White. Now, I have not had Blue Spot. I've never found it here. And Red Spot, I've never found Red Spot either. But going by my experience with Green Spots and Yellow Spot, I would love to try Blue Spot and Red Spot. But I've never seen them here. They have not been available to me. I only hear great things about the spots in general. Drink Ardbeg Kelpie at Ludwig Borga. Don't have any. Nothing poured yet. Probably will have supper first. Yeah, I'm going to have supper too. And when I have supper, I'm going to have something to eat, and I'm going to stop this this live stream before I have something to eat. There he is. There he is. Donner Pass whiskey. Oh man, there you are. Finally. I'm sorry I started so early. Shit. Okay. Welcome, Tim, says Demon Hunter. Okay, now we're in business. I've been Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, but no match for this. Ton 1509. Good God. I don't know. I had Ton 1509 and then I got a sample and it didn't really do anything for me. But everyone's different. Everyone has different opinions. And what's this? Greetings from Wisconsin, says Jay Sterling. Greetings from Alberta to Jay Sterling, says Ben, Demon Hunter. And Ludwig says, Balvenie Ton 1509, batch 5 is a unicorn for me. After the sample I had, I wouldn't waste my money on it. But that's me. Everyone's different. Four Roses single barrel finally appeared at the LCBO. Oh, yeah. Geez, Quig, what do you like? I like this one right here. This Scallywag BC Liquor Store exclusive. I like all the whiskeys I had last night when I was making videos. As someone said earlier, I do like Redbreast 21 or any other Redbreast, and I do like the spots. I do like a lot of things, but there are some things that I'm not a big fan of that other people love a lot. Everyone's different. Value diversity. I want a Blue Spot at MSRP $95, not $250 or more that I see it for. See, that's secondary market price gouging. Red Spit disappointed me. Okay. Donner Pass says, no worries. I will enjoy the replay later when off work. Okay, perfect. And these comments have been really good too. Cohen says to Colin Stacy, how much is Four Roses single barrel there? And would you rather drink Kalila 12 or Lefroy 10? Your response. Oh, you know what I would like to do? I'd like to mix them 50-50. Have a 50-50 mix. I'd blend the two. That would be a fantastic whiskey. Because I can't decide whether Kalila or Lefroy 10 will be the one to drink. They're both good. They're both great. I like them both. I would blend them. This fall got a Scallywag Winter Edition CS Oloroso Sherry Cask that was very good and a good price. Yeah, well, this one was the 100% Sherry Cask. 48% alcohol by volume. Limited edition, BC Liquor Store, 100-year special release. BC Liquor Store exclusive. So, you can have another Scallywag. It won't be the same. Cohen, 54, I think. Okay. Four Roses single barrel for $54. Okay. Have you drank Enoch Pete Hart at Foodquig? Your response. No, I have not. Don't believe I have. No, I have not. Oh, this is good. This really is complex and full flavored and powerful. Nice. Very nice. Here we got James Morgan saying, evening, Quig from London. Been catching the Winter Olympics and you won, sipping gold. Winter Olympics, really? They still have those? Oh. I don't even have a TV set, so. Pete Staines thinks Kalila 12 is trash. Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I disagree. I think Kalila 12 is great. I've enjoyed several bottles of it. Jay Sterling is saying, do you have Total Wine where you're at? Having Glenfodry French cask blended with Speyburn 10, a thick Speyside, and a soft Speyside. Delicious. No, we do not have Total Wine in British Columbia. We have BC liquor stores and we have private liquor stores, but there's no Total Wine here. We don't have such big liquor stores at all. They're all much smaller than that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But we don't have any. And I've never heard of Glenfodry. But I have had Speyburn 10 and found it unremarkable. Mr. London, says Ben Demon Hunter. It's in China next 17 days. What is? Winter Olympics. Okay. To Colin Stacy, great price for a store pick. Four Roses around $80 here. I got 10.5 year a few months ago and it was $80. I can't remember which recipe it is. I know it's E and not B. Okay, we're talking Four Roses recipes here. Where is your hen at Foodquig? She is cute. And are you two snuggling? I don't have a hen. Sorry. Ren at Pete Staines. Do you like other moderately peated malts? Hey, Ben, says James Morgan. I'm guessing to Ben Demon Hunter. Yeah. Still haven't had Kalila 12, but want to try Talisker 10 first. Talisker 10 is good. It's not as heavily peated as Kalila 12, but both of them are welcome on my bar anytime. I have some Talisker 10, but I don't have any Kalila 12 at the moment. Both good whiskeys, both really good. Cohen Blue Spot was 99 and all in. 99 Canadian all in. Was a shit show hunting them down here, but got 3. 1 for me and 2 for a couple of buddies. Okay. Well, yeah, I never got here. Independent cast strength Kalila is where it's at. Yeah, I guess it is. If you can find it. By the way, I'm going to have to start packaging whiskey. That is quite an assortment of samples you've sent me. Oh, unbelievable. 4 Roses single barrel, great everyday bourbon. Okay. I'm getting behind here. He likes Leche. Well, that's good. Do you think Scarabus is Kalila? Could be, I don't know. At Pete Staines, none of your business. Yeah, okay. If I drink peated whiskey, I end up soiling my britches. It is just too much for my innards. Not too bad. New Adelphi Kalila 12 cask strength sherry cask is great and not like typical Kalila sherry monster. Okay. Glenfodry is a fake distillery name Total Wine uses on undisclosed single malt they sell. Aha! Okay. No wonder I never heard of it. We don't have Total Wine. Peat is tough to judge. Most of it is great, if you ask me. I do love peat. Yes, I do. Scotch whiskey bottle design. I don't pay much attention. I pay attention to the contents rather than the bottle design. Was happy to be able to share with you. Been enjoying the channel for years. Well, I've got a few for you too. I've already got about 16 samples put together for a box to send you. And I'm putting together a second box, but I have not opened all the whiskeys that I want to include. And I need to get some more bottles. And thanks to you, I've got some more bottles to put samples in. I'm going to, as I open bottles and as I have sample Sundays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 2. I have enough samples now to go through 22 sample Sundays. So 22 weeks, we're talking almost half a year of samples that I already have. And as I go through them and as I open up the samples and drain them, I will have the bottles to send away. So I'm putting together, I have a set of samples ready for you and one for Malt Muser. I just have to box them and label them and send them out and all that. But I have the bottles already bottled. And I'll get on that eventually, another week or two. And yeah, the second boxes for you and Malt User, I'm still putting them together because as I open sample bottles, that's when I can fill them with stuff I got and send them out. So there's more to enjoy, and I like to trade. I enjoy trading. What I will send is mostly Canadian things that you can't get down there. But what an assortment of really primo whiskey you've sent me. I'm humbled. It's good stuff. Ben, your logo is strange. Do you have Bevmo at Foodquig? No. Okay. I don't get this. Peter Staines. The logo is of one of my favorite metal bands, Demon Hunter. I'm a metalhead going on 20. Okay, I see now. That Adelphi CL was in Alberta. I think it was very expensive even in Alberta. That would be Adelphi Kalila. Okay. Ran at Peter Staines. Lecheg isn't moderately peated. It's wonderfully peated. But yes, Lecheg is great. Oh, I concur. Lecheg is magnificently peated. Yes, I concur with that too. Same thing. At Cohen at Peter White, I bought it on Black Friday sale. 113 MSRP was 130. And what was that? Adelphi Kalila. Okay. That is my problem with samples. All my bottles go out and none come back in. Well, that's the thing. I only send them out at the same rate as they come in. Who sends you all the samples at Foodquig? Well, one of them is Malt Muser. Malt Muser, he has his own channel on YouTube. His name is Eric. He and I have been exchanging samples for several years. I send him some samples, he sends me some. I send him some, he sends me some. And this bunch of samples that I've done today, these are all from Donner Pass Whiskey, who was with us in this chat. Donner Pass Whiskey sent me a box with 17 samples in it. And so I have some from him and some from Eric the Malt Muser. So those are the two people who are sending me samples these days. However, in the past, I have received samples from many other people. And I have sent samples to many other people. And it's just one of those things. It's an exchange. It's an opportunity to try things that you've never had before or can't get where you live. And all of these samples that were sent to me this time by Donner Pass Whiskey are things that I would never find locally, or even if I did, they would be more expensive than what I could afford. Howdy, Chris at Ren, says Bean Demon Hunter. You slipped by, and I haven't said Slanchava yet. Cohen at Peter Staines. Bev Blow is only in U.S. and out of California originally. Okay. Yeah, we don't have that here. Yep, same goes here. Cheers. There we are. Okay, there's Peter White again. Cohen, that is a good buy. Was around 200 Canadian in Alberta. Still there, but better deals are to be had. Wow. Black Friday. Okay. All right. And we got Jay Sterling here. Speyburn 10 is unremarkable. Yes, I concur. I agree. It's easy to drink and delicious, though. At $23, though, it's remarkable. I've spent much more for much less. Okay. At that price, yeah, sure. It's all the same with Kalila. Garbage in, garbage out. I don't know. You're entitled to your opinion, but we don't all have to agree. Indies only. Okay. In Canada, we have Alberta. There is the occasional deal in other provinces, but Alberta is the whiskey source for this country. Pretty much. For much of it. Okay. We have a great store in San Francisco that gets tons of incredible independent bottlings for reasonable prices. So I am lucky. K&L wine, and because they don't ship out of states, they don't sell out fast. Ah. At Peter White, I got the Adelphi CS Ben Nevis for $83. I have 3 of them. MSRP was 100. Major Sherry Monster like the Kalila. Okay. I like to blend a bit of Speyburn for the fruit hit. If you want a fruit hit, may I suggest Compass Box Orchard House? I tried that last night, and there is nothing fruitier that I've ever tried. Orchard fruits, stone fruits, all kinds. If you like fruity whiskey, Compass Box, Orchard House is the way to go. And there's Vic saying that's a really cool dynamic. Thank you. I don't know which dynamic you're talking about, but thanks. You're muted, Quig. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. As far as I know, my microphone is still working. James Morgan. Okay. Ren is saying he's not muted for me. Thank you. I don't think I'm muted. I didn't mute myself. I don't even think I know how to mute myself from here. Okay. Cohen says Muser had some major bourbons last night on his show and an Aaron 18 sherry cask. Yeah, last night I was making my videos for the next week. Isn't it ironic that I don't watch live broadcasts, but here I am making one? Or is it my screen? It's probably your screen there, James. Cohen, nice being in Cali. You have the selection and pricing. That's true. Yeah. Rather than moving to Scotland, I should move to California or Germany. When I retire, maybe I'll move to Germany. Or whiskey is cheap. Or California. Or who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll spend a lot of time in California when I'm retired. I don't know if anyone is aware of this on here, but I've been saying for many years to my customers that when I retire, I want to get a motorhome and just go wherever I want. And for the winter months, California and Mexico are quite nice rather than being in Canadian winters anymore. That's what I'd like to do. So I'd probably be passing through California quite often and getting the selection and the pricing. But with more selection and better pricing, where do you start? It can be overwhelming. It's like going to London. If you've ever been to London and gone to the liquor stores, whiskey stores in London, how many different varieties of whiskey and independent bottlings. It's just insane. How do you choose? Gonna refresh, says James Morgan. Oh, well, good idea. Yep, it was a fat finger. Okay, there you go. Food Quig, is Lore your favorite peated whiskey still? It's really good. I haven't had it in a long time, but it is really good. At the time, though, when I was trying Lefroy Lore, I did like the Lefroy Triple Wood, and the Triple Wood was about half the price of Lore. So guess where my choice was most of the time? I tried Lore, yeah, I had one bottle, but when you can get Triple Wood for half the price, Triple Wood was my choice. Now I'll just drink a 10-year-old Lefroy. I had a bottle not too long ago. I drained it. I should get another one soon. I just haven't done so yet. Go in on another subject. What is the over-under on sacks on Joe? Huh? I don't know what that means. At Peter White, is the new Arden American CS single cast stuff up there now? I bought a few of them. Secondary is crazy prices for them. Arden American. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not really looking that hard. Food King, did you say there was a Spayburn Grant Game of Thrones? I don't know. I honestly didn't say that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Game of Thrones. Yes, Spayburn 10 is so mediocre that people dismiss the brand. The 15, however, is fantastic and a good price. Worth trying, 46% NCF-NC. Okay. Did you send me some of that? I don't think so. Anyway. Spayburn 50. Yeah, Spayburn 10 really didn't do anything for me. And yeah, I'm also what you could call guilty of dismissing the brand. Food Quig. Okay. What are you saying, Jay Sterling? Okay. Cohen says to Peter White, probably 3 on Smoking Joe. I hope it doesn't matter and the Rams lead the whole game. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about here. Not something that I'm into. Cohen, yes, Alberta has everything. Reps are treated like gods there, and the entire country buys online. Much of the country does. I do not think Quig knows enough about Spayburn. You're probably right. Nice one, Quig. I'll have that Orchard House. There you go. Tennessee sacked them 9 times. Okay. Not my area of interest. Sorry. Go into Peter White. What is the Arden American Key CS single cast stuff selling for there? Donner Pass says, last week opened Compass Box Orchard House, and yes, it is now opening up and delivering the fruit. I got the fruit straight off the bat. I didn't have to wait. It was right there immediately. You mean there's more? Oh, geez. Very fruity. And I just opened it last night and I just poured it right away. Glenmorangie 10 or Aberlour 10? You know, it's been so long since I've had Aberlour 10 that I do not remember it very well. And Glenmorangie 10 is, yeah, it's all right. It's got honey, it's sweet. But I prefer Glenmorangies that have been finished, such as the Quinta Reuben and the one in Sauternes, the Nectar d'Or. I like those two Glenmorangies a lot. I'm not such a big fan of the La Santa. Their sherry cask isn't really it for me, but if I'm going to be drinking Glenmorangie, it's going to be the Signet. Oh, it's expensive as hell, but it's fantastic. The Signet or the Quinta Reuben or the Nectar d'Or. I don't even touch Glenmorangie 10. And I'm not a great big fan of Aberlour, so sorry. Jay Sterling says, you remind me of the movie Napoleon Dynamite. It seems you're always about to go off the rails and never do. Fascinating. I don't know. Is that a compliment or whatever? Peter White to Cohen. Would have to search the sites. Too lazy right now. We'll check AABC site as they get everything. And yeah, they have such a big catalog that it takes forever to go through it. I started looking at it, but I'm one of those impulse buyers that, you know, you send me an email with some nice pictures on it. And if underneath the nice pictures there's a decent price, I'll go, okay, click, you know, but I don't look through entire catalogs to find hidden deals and stuff. I don't have the time. Send me a flyer with some interesting items and interesting prices. That's why I've been buying from craft sellers, just to be honest. But yeah, I will have a look again at AABC as they do get everything. You're weird, Peter Staines. You like winter. Donner Pass Whiskey says, move to Campbelltown. It looks run down and economically depressed. Probably affordable for Scotland. Sure. That's an idea. And all the whiskey you want on your doorstep. Glen Scotia. I'd be drinking Victoriana all the time. Canadian winter, more like BC, Vancouver Island winters. Well, it doesn't really get to be very wintry here. It just rains a lot. Except, you know, maybe once a year we get a bit of snow and everybody shuts down and panics. But when I retire, I'm not going to stay on Vancouver Island. It's going to be too expensive for what little pension I'm going to get to live here. So my family has a house in Montreal, and I will probably move back to Montreal, at least temporarily, and use that as a base of operations and get my motorhome. And then with the motorhome, I would travel but keep my base of operations in Montreal, where we have a house. So I'd chip in for utilities and property tax and stuff like that. House is paid for. So it would be cheaper for me to contribute to that than pay rent in Victoria, BC. That is when I'm not working. Okay, Pete Stain says, I would rather drink Talisker 10 than Leche 10. What is your preferred at Food Quiggy response? They're both good, but Leche 10, hands down. Cohen says, Orchard House has gotten better now that it has been open for months. It was too spirity and a vodka note I didn't like, and now I can pick some things out of it, but still there are better things at $50. Okay. I look forward to it getting better. I mean, it's okay, but if it opens up, it is kind of spirity. Yes, you're right. I will wait for it to open up. And Peter White says to Donner Pass, my sister's best friend moved back to Scotland and now after 5 months is coming back to Canada because of the cost of living. Haha. Yeah, cost of living. Cost of living here is a little high. But I've been in this apartment almost 7 years. And when I moved in here, the rents were reasonable compared to what they are now. And their landlords are only allowed to raise the rent like what, 2.5% a year, 3% a year, something like that. So once you got into a place, you're kind of locked in. If I was to move from here, my rent would maybe double. Or maybe not double, but it would increase considerably, and I wouldn't want to pay that. So I'm going to stay here. Stay here till I retire. Okay. Now Cohen says that Peter White, it's about 100 here, but I have seen it for $250. I got it with coupons for less than $90. I bought 3 of the Spanish Oak Oloroso 632. I think US got 2 different casks. Oh. And what did Peter White say? Don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Are you a little fruity? I don't know what you mean. I must go thank for this show. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime, Ludwig. Glenmo 14 is good. Quinter Rubin, and it's cheap. Less than 50 here. Yeah, exactly. Signet is very good at Food Quig. Yes, I only had it once. It was in the bar at a hotel in Edinburgh, right near the train station. And I had a room there, and I wanted to go to the bar and have a couple of drinks because I didn't have any whiskey on me that was open. And I saw everything that they had lined up on the shelves. And Signet was the only thing that I'd never tried before. So that's what I went for. Agreed at Cohen. Okay, we're talking about Glenmo. Yeah, okay. Peter's saying, Cohen, from 100 to 189 for the Lonois cask. $189. Lonois cask. Never heard of that. Okay. Going out to pick up sushi. Thanks for the stream, Craig. Back soon, though. Cool, Ren. I don't know if I'll still be here, but we'll see. If you're up later, Quig, the Aussies are doing a Mankini charity stream. Could you see yourself in one? No. Will you take your motorhome to Scotland? Probably not, because I can't drive there directly. It would cost too much to ship the damn thing. Montreal winters are rough. Exactly. That is why the reason is for the motorhome. Get away from Montreal winter. After working for so many years, I will have earned a nice climate for the winter. Ben Demon Hunter at James Morgan. You just had to bring that up. He's talking about the Mankini thing, right? Okay. Cohen. Kensington Wine Market has all the Ardnamurchan. Okay. I may have to check them out, but the other thing is, if I do check them out, I'll be tempted to buy a lot of whiskey that I can't afford. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. Buying whiskey that you can't afford. And at this point in time, I'm just sort of balancing at the edge of what I can afford. However, recently I got one or two generous. Now, I don't usually talk about this very often. Patreon subscribers. And it's nice. Patreon is starting to make me a bit of money, along with the ad revenue from YouTube. It's helping. Every dime that I receive from Patreon and from ad revenue on YouTube goes to buying whiskey. Trust me, it does. About 5 minutes to streak stream at Ben Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, that's probably now already because this was a few minutes ago. At Peter White, Ardnamurchan released a bunch of single casks all over the world. I only wanted Oloroso. Glad I got it. Great. My brother lives in Vancouver and has been in the same apartment for over 20 years. He pays nothing for rent. Yeah, he's been there for 20 years. Exactly. But if he was going to look for an apartment now, whoa, yeah, maybe not problems in Oz and Demon Hunter. I don't know. Okay, we're talking about Quinta Rubin is one of the best bang for the buck malts and performs well beyond its price. There you go. I want the new Springbank 12 all bourbon casks that will be here this month. Oh, cool. Peter White at Cohen. Kensington Wine Market in Calgary is quite the whiskey store as Canada goes. They have Daft Mill picks. Wow. I will definitely have to check them out. Jay Sterling says, I may have missed it, but what is your relationship to the woman you have on and the others? It adds a nice element to your reviews. Reviewers seem to do well with an analyst. They're friends of mine. That's it. That's exactly it. Friends of mine. James Morgan, sure that it's in an hour? Oh. Social Sippers Club, Jeremy just did a review and he really liked it. Cohen. Oh, Springbank, yeah, of course. New Toraveg batch number 2 is here and cheaper than batch number 1 at 55. I may take the dive. Ardnamurchan is said to be the best of the new peated stuff from Scotland. Raasay is good also, from what I hear. All of these new Scotch whiskies that I can't get here. There you go. You're right. In an hour's time at Ben Demon Hunter. Oh, they're talking about that Aussie special thing going on. Okay. Go in at Peter White. I saw that video and I saw Whiskey Friend's video of it. Oh. And we're talking about Toraveg. Oh my goodness. Well, I've had 3 drams and I've been on here for almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 46 minutes. I don't know if I want to keep on going. What's happening here? Friend highly praised Raasay. Oh, when will I get to try Raasay? Maybe someday. And Quig Raasay is all over Alberta and cheap. Oh, okay. I'll look into it. Maybe. We'll see. Right now, I'm kind of tapped for cash. I spent a lot of money at the BC Liquor Store's premium spirits release, and I've just finished paying for that. And I'm paying for the whiskeys that I bought since then. So, yeah, we'll see. I will look and see, and maybe eventually I will check out the Kensington Wine Market and AABC and see what I can get. It would be a privilege for our Commonwealth cousins if you came in pants, Quig. Scotch Down Under will be coming on in his mankini soon. Okay, well, you know what? I do watch other whiskey reviewers, but not all of them. I watch the Scotch Test Dummies. I watch Trenny and C. I watch Whiskey Friend. I watch Whiskey Whistle. I watch. There are quite a few. Those guys in New Zealand. Malt something. I watch Whiskey Wednesday. I watched the Malt Muser naturally. Which are my favorites? I don't know. They're all interesting in one way or another. I also watch Phil and Deepa. They often put on a good show. Yeah. I watch a few. Canadians always look for opportunity to wear shorts. Ben Demon Hunter says, Eric Maltmuser is a great guy. Going through a 20 rye blind shootout, there can only be one. Okay, so I've seen 1 or 2 of his rye shootouts. I will see the rest of them as I go along. All right, which reminds me, I'm a couple days behind on watching YouTube videos. I should do that so that I can be a little more up to date. Peter White, what is the price of Raasay there? It's about 50 in the UK. It should be here soon. No Lindor's Abbey or King's Barnes here either, but I don't care about those two, says Cohen to Peter White. And Cohen says, it was 74 degrees here in LA today. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. What's this? Single malt review? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Those would be the guys down in New Zealand. Okay, well, you know what? It is going on. It's almost 3 hours. I want to make something to eat for dinner. And then I want to catch up on some videos. So, folks, it's been wonderful to have you with me today. We've got 12 people still watching. That is just wonderful. Thank you very much for joining me in this unboxing from California, from our friend Donner Pass Whiskey. And James Morgan says, cheers, Quig, take care. Yes, you too. And Cohen saying, see you guys on Scotch Down Under later. And nice chatting with you, Food Quig. Yes, it is. And have a nice night. You too. And Smakala.